Have you ever looked at a woman and wondered, what does she actually want? Not what she says she wants, not what social media makes her believe she wants, but deep down in her emotions, in her instincts, what does she truly crave from a man? See, most men get this wrong because they assume women think like men do. You might think it's about looks, money, or status, and while those things can get her attention, they'll never earn her heart. Because what women really want, the truth, no one tells you, is to feel something when they're around you. It's not about what you have, it's about what you make her feel. Women are emotional creatures. Their decisions, their attraction, their loyalty, they're all rooted in emotion. She doesn't fall for logic, she falls for the way your presence changes her energy. When she's with you, does she feel safe or tense? Does she feel calm or anxious? Does she feel seen or ignored? Those questions matter more than any pickup line or dating rule you'll ever learn. Because when a woman says, "I like him, but I don't know why," what she really means is, "He makes me feel something I can't explain." And that's where true attraction begins. Here's the secret that most men never realize. A woman doesn't want a perfect man. She wants a present man, someone who listens, not just hears. Someone who looks at her like she's the only person in the room. Someone who makes her feel understood without her needing to explain every emotion. The truth is, women test men not to manipulate them, but to see if they can trust their emotional world with him. She's not looking for control, she's looking for emotional safety. That's why confidence matters so much. Confidence tells her, he's stable enough to handle my emotions without losing himself. That's what she truly wants, emotional strength wrapped in calm masculinity. When a woman meets a man who doesn't flinch at her moods, who doesn't chase validation, who stands firm in who he is, her whole body relaxes. She doesn't have to perform, compete, or prove herself. She can simply be feminine. And in that space, attraction blooms naturally. The truth is, women crave polarity, the balance between her softness and your grounded strength. She wants to feel desired, but not possessed, protected, but not caged. She wants to feel that you choose her not because you need her, but because you value her. There's a difference, and women can sense it instantly. Most men destroy attraction by trying too hard to impress. They think showing off or over-explaining themselves makes them look worthy, but that only tells her you're seeking approval, not leading the moment. The men who truly capture a woman's heart are the ones who can be calm in silence, comfortable in their own skin. Because presence speaks louder than words. When you're present, she feels safe to drop her guard. And when she drops her guard, she connects emotionally. That's when real desire begins. So if you're wondering what women actually want, start here. They want to feel emotionally safe around you. They want to feel that your energy doesn't shift when things get intense, that you won't run the moment she's vulnerable, that your masculine calm will hold space for her storm. She wants your strength, not to dominate her, but to steady her. That's the truth no one tells you. Women may say they want a strong man, but what they mean is they want a man who's strong enough to understand them without judgment. And here's where most men fail. They think strength means coldness, but true strength is warmth that doesn't waver. It's your ability to remain grounded while she expresses the waves of her emotion. When you can do that, she'll trust you. When she trusts you, she'll open up. And once she opens up, she'll never forget how you made her feel. Welcome to Be Feminine, where we decode the psychology of attraction, helping you understand what women truly want beyond the surface. Don't forget to subscribe, because in the next part, we'll go even deeper into how to create that emotional connection that makes her choose you without you ever needing to chase. Most men think attraction is about doing something, saying the right thing, acting confident, dressing sharp, or having the perfect plan. But here's what most don't realize. Women are far more tuned in to what you radiate than what you do. She can sense when a man's confidence is real, and she can feel when it's just an act. The female brain is wired to read subtle cues, your tone, your eye contact, your emotional steadiness. You can't fake that energy. That's why a woman can meet two men who look equally attractive on paper, but only one of them will make her heart skip a beat, the one whose presence feels authentic. Women are drawn to emotional truth. She doesn't want the version of you that's performing. She wants the version that's real. When you show up as your true self, comfortable with your flaws, not pretending to be perfect, she feels she can relax too. That emotional honesty is magnetic because the more real you are, the safer she feels. And safety to a woman is the foundation of desire. When she feels safe, she can open her femininity, she becomes softer, warmer, more affectionate. That's not manipulation, that's emotional chemistry. But here's where most men unintentionally break the connection. They stop listening to her energy. They focus on their words, not her responses. When a woman feels unseen or unheard, she emotionally disconnects. She won't argue. She'll simply drift away. You'll feel the distance but not understand what caused it. It wasn't your appearance or your jokes, it was your presence that went missing. The truth is, a woman falls for the man who can make her feel understood without needing to speak. That's a skill few men ever learn. So how do you make her feel understood? You listen not just to what she says, but to what she means. You notice the shift in her tone, the hesitation before she shares something vulnerable. You respond with calm energy, not solutions. Because women don't always want answers. They want connection. When she shares something emotional, she's not asking you to fix it, she's asking you to feel it with her. When you do that, you create emotional intimacy, the one thing women crave more than anything physical. And that's the truth most men miss. You can buy her gifts, take her to fancy places, and tell her she's beautiful, but none of it matters if she doesn't feel emotionally seen. A woman who feels emotionally invisible will eventually pull away, no matter how much you give her. But when she feels emotionally connected, even the simplest moments feel meaningful. It's not about the size of your effort, it's about the depth of your presence. When a woman feels that connection, her feminine energy blossoms. She starts to open up in ways she never has before. Her laughter becomes softer, her voice warmer, her touch more genuine. She starts to trust that you're not just another man trying to get something from her. She starts to believe that your presence is safe ground. That belief turns attraction into devotion. And that's what women really want, not perfection, but emotional safety that feels like home. But here's the paradox. The more you try to make her feel safe, the less she feels it. Because safety isn't something you do for her, it's something she feels from you. It comes from your emotional control, how you handle tension, how you react when things go wrong, how you stay composed when she tests your patience. Every moment you stay calm instead of defensive. Every time you choose understanding over ego, you build trust. That trust is the invisible bridge between masculine and feminine energy. So, when she pulls back or gets distant, don't chase. Observe. Stay grounded. Your reaction tells her more than your words ever could. If you can remain calm in her storm, she'll see you as the man she can trust with her heart. Because deep down, what women truly want isn't dominance or submission, it's emotional harmony. She wants to feel that your masculine energy can hold space for her without trying to change her. That's when she feels not only attraction, but peace. And that peace is what makes her stay. If you've ever wondered why women sometimes test you, why they pull away, act distant, or say something that seems designed to provoke you, here's the truth. She's not trying to play games. She's trying to feel safe. Women test not because they want to hurt you, but because they want to know if your strength is real. It's not a conscious decision most of the time. It's instinctive. Her subconscious is asking, can I trust this man to stay steady when things get emotional? Can he handle my vulnerability without turning cold or cruel? Every reaction you give answers those questions. When a woman sees a man lose control at the first sign of tension, raise his voice, get defensive, or withdraw, she instinctively pulls back. Her emotions say, he's not strong enough to hold my heart. But when you respond with calm energy, when you look her in the eyes and stay centered, no matter how intense the moment feels, she senses something deeper. That's when she feels your masculinity in its purest form. Not aggression, not dominance, just grounded emotional strength. That's what allows her to relax and open up again. Here's something most men never hear. Women don't fall for your confidence. They fall for your emotional consistency. Confidence can be faked. You can walk tall, talk smooth, and pretend to have it all together. But emotional consistency, that's real. It's your ability to remain the same man in moments of chaos and moments of calm. It's the difference between a man who just looks strong and a man who feels strong. And a woman can feel that difference instantly. When you stay calm in her emotional waves, you send a powerful message. Your emotions don't scare me. I can handle you. That's when she starts to trust you. And trust is the foundation of attraction that lasts. A woman will always test your reactions not because she enjoys conflict, but because she's wired to seek emotional safety. If she pushes and you crumble, she knows she can't rely on your strength. If she pushes and you stay composed, she feels protected. That's when her feminine energy flows freely. Think of it like this. Her emotions are the ocean, and you are the shore. The waves crash, rise and fall, but the shore never moves. When you remain that steady, she realizes she's safe to be herself, emotional, messy, imperfect, real. That's when she lets you into parts of her soul no one else gets to see. But the moment you start matching her chaos with your chaos, the connection breaks. She doesn't need a man who fights her storms, she needs one who can weather them. This doesn't mean letting her walk all over you. Boundaries are essential, but real boundaries are calm, not loud. You don't need to shout or threaten to earn respect. You simply decide what behavior you allow and calmly enforce it. When you can say, I understand how you feel, but I won't accept being spoken to that way, you demonstrate emotional maturity, and that's rare. Women respect men who can protect their peace without punishing her for her emotions. That kind of man stands out. Remember, women don't want to lead emotionally. They want to trust your leadership. That doesn't mean control, it means guidance. A woman's emotions can be powerful and unpredictable, but when she's with a man who stays centered, she naturally follows his energy. She becomes more relaxed, more feminine, more connected, because your energy gives her permission to stop guarding herself. And when she can finally let go of control, that's when she feels desire. So if you ever find yourself in a moment where she's emotional, don't panic. Don't try to fix her feelings or argue your point. Just breathe. Stay calm. Let her emotion pass through and then speak from grounded truth. The more control you have over yourself, the more she'll feel drawn to you. That's the paradox of masculine power. It's not about controlling her. It's about mastering yourself. And that's what women really want. A man whose emotional strength brings her peace. Because in a world full of noise, the calm man becomes unforgettable. When a woman feels safe in your presence, something powerful begins to happen. She starts to relax her guard, her tone softens, her laughter becomes real. She begins to trust you with pieces of herself she hides from the world. And that's when true intimacy begins, not physical, but emotional. See, a woman doesn't give her heart to the man who excites her the most. She gives it to the man who makes her feel safe enough to be herself. That's why attraction that's built only on charm or looks fades so quickly. Because what she truly wants isn't constant stimulation, it's emotional connection that feels like home. When a woman is with a man who provides that sense of emotional security, she becomes her most feminine self. She doesn't have to compete, perform, or overthink. She can simply be. And that's when you'll see her true beauty emerge, the softness, the affection, the warmth that only shows up when she feels emotionally safe. You can't buy that feeling and you can't fake it. You can only create it through presence, consistency, and respect. Women are drawn to emotional leadership, not in a controlling way, but in the way you guide the emotional tone of your connection. If she's anxious, your calm energy helps her regulate. If she's distant, your grounded confidence invites her back. You don't chase, you don't beg, you simply lead through energy. That's masculine presence. It's not about dominance, it's about direction. A man with presence doesn't just exist in the moment. He creates the emotional atmosphere of that moment. And a woman feels that deeply, even if she can't explain it. Most men underestimate how much their mood influences the woman they're with. If you're tense, she feels it. If you're peaceful, she feels that too. Women are naturally intuitive. They absorb energy like sponges. That's why emotional control isn't optional, it's essential. If you can't manage your own emotions, you'll constantly transfer your stress to her. But when you master your energy, she begins to trust that no matter what's happening around you, you remain unshaken. That's when she feels she can truly lean on you. This is the part no one talks about: the psychology behind long-term attraction. When a woman feels emotionally safe, her body starts associating you with peace. Her nervous system literally relaxes around you, and over time, that peace becomes addictive. She'll start craving your presence, not out of neediness, but out of comfort. You become her emotional anchor. That's what makes her loyal: not manipulation, not fear of loss, but deep emotional trust. And here's the truth: women don't want to lead in love. Modern culture might tell you otherwise, but biologically, women are wired to respond to masculine stability. When she feels she has to take charge emotionally, she gets tired. She starts to lose attraction, not because she doesn't care, but because she feels unsafe. She can't relax into her femininity when she's forced to hold emotional control. But when you lead calmly through presence, not pressure, she finally gets to let go. She gets to feel feminine again. That's what she's been craving all along. The wrong man makes her feel like she has to fight to be understood. The right man makes her feel like she can exhale. And that exhale, that sense of finally feeling safe, is more powerful than any words you could ever say. That's why the most attractive men are the ones who carry peace within themselves. They don't seek validation. They don't compete for attention. Their energy speaks for them. And women, whether they admit it or not, are deeply drawn to that kind of energy. So if you want to know what women really want, remember this: she doesn't want to be rescued. She wants to be understood. She doesn't need you to control her emotions. She needs to know her emotions won't control you. That's what builds trust. That's what makes her stay, and that's what turns ordinary attraction into something that feels like destiny. You see, at the end of it all, women don't really want the impossible. They don't expect you to be rich, perfect, or to always say the right thing. What women crave, what they truly desire deep in their emotional core, is to feel something real. It's not about the car you drive or how many compliments you give. It's about whether, when she looks at you, she feels safe to be herself. That's the part most men miss, because too many men try to impress women instead of impacting them emotionally. They talk too much, try too hard, and forget that the most powerful presence a man can have is quiet confidence and emotional calm. A woman's heart opens when she feels that she doesn't have to perform around you, when she feels like she can let her guard down, laugh awkwardly, and still feel that you won't judge her. That's when she begins to trust you, not because of what you say, but because of how you make her feel. Every woman wants to feel chosen, not chased, desired, but also deeply respected. It's easy to find men who want her body. It's rare to find one who understands her silence. That's the truth no one tells you. Attraction isn't built in words, it's built in energy. When you walk in alignment with who you are, when you stop trying to manipulate outcomes or force attention, you begin to project something magnetic: authenticity. Women are naturally drawn to a man whose actions and words match, who doesn't seek approval, and who knows his own worth. Because a man who knows his worth doesn't need to prove it. He just is. If you've ever wondered why women lose interest after a while, it's usually because they sense you've started performing for them. The spark fades when you trade your essence for effort. But the man who remains steady in who he is, the one who listens instead of competing to talk, the one who can sit in silence and still hold her attention, that man doesn't just attract women. He awakens them. He makes them feel something most men never do: emotional safety mixed with mystery. And that's what women really want: not a fantasy, not a hero, but a man who brings her peace in a world full of noise. Someone who can stand his ground without losing compassion. Someone who doesn't crumble when she tests him, because she will. Not to hurt you, but to see if your calm is real. Women are emotional creatures. They sense inconsistency before logic even enters the picture. So when you stay calm during her storms, you're not just showing strength, you're showing depth. That's when she realizes she can trust your energy more than your promises. So if you take one thing from this video, let it be this: women aren't as complicated as they seem. They want connection that feels real, not rehearsed. They want to be seen, not studied. They want to be led, not controlled. Be that man who makes her feel grounded just by being there. Because when you are that man, you won't have to chase. she'll feel the difference and she'll stay because she wants to, not because she has to. Thank you for watching Be Feminine. If this opened your eyes even a little, give this video a like and subscribe for more insights into feminine psychology and attraction. Until next time, remember, the right woman doesn't fall for perfection, she falls for presence.